Welcome to North Kansas City. It's the North Kansas City Invitational semifinal round. And in the first matchup tonight, we have got two district foes, North Kansas City and Park Hill South, two teams all too familiar with each other. Park Hill South ended North Kansas City's season a year ago, and this one should be fun between two teams that know each other real well.
Yeah, it's always fun when you know a team very well. Two historic coaches who've been around for a long time, two very well-coached teams.
I am Tim Spurl. He is UMKC's all-time leading scorer, Michael Watson. And Michael, let's jump into this Park Hill South team. They are led by a phenomenal player that you're very familiar with.
Yeah, my man Kobe Kudrowski, averaging 17 points a game. But what I love is how he shoots it from deep, 55% from the field. He is a low-end scorer from all three levels.
On the other side for North Kansas City, they have got a lot of size this year. This guy, Samuel Dada, 6'8", he is a terror.
Yeah, a walking double-double, averaging 11 points, 13 rebounds a game, can change the game on both ends of the floor. A much-improved North Kansas City team coached by the legend, Ed Fritz.
North Kansas City 12-2 to start the year, trying to get their way to the championship. They got to go through Park Hill South to get there. North Kansas City Invitational semifinal round coming up next. Back from Northtown, ready to get the semifinals of the 74th annual North Kansas City Invitational up and going, and Park Hill South and those All Blacks will touch it first, going left to right in this opening quarter. And immediately, Park Hill South will turn it over. 7-7 on the year are the Panthers. Of course, out of District 8 alongside North Kansas City. A couple of teams that are actually going to meet up again here in a couple weeks at the end of the month when these two teams go over to Park Hill South to meet in district play.
Yeah, two cross-city rivals, I should say. See each other a lot each season. A lot of these guys play competitive basketball in the summer against one another, so it's always good to match up during the season.
Three ball off the mark, and Cameron Tate can't find the range. Back the other way comes Park Hill South. This guy has been good. Colby Kudrowski averaging more than 17 a game so far this year for Park Hill South, and the Panthers have turned it over twice already in this opening quarter.
Yeah, got to get their footing together if they're going to have an opportunity to win here tonight at North Kansas City. As I say hello to the legend KU himself, Coach Jeff Hawkins. How you doing, brother? Hospitality's on the other side, Brother Hawkins.
Gonna have to step aside later, go track that down.
That's right.
On the block, wow. Spinning in his first two of the night.
Well, you see that footwork we talked about of Coach Fritz and Coach Newton. He has such soft hands and great footwork to be 6'8", can guard the 1 through 5.
Samuel Dada, the senior, averaging a double-double, 10 points, 13 rebounds, came by way of Nigeria this past year. There are actually 3 players on Ed Fritz's roster from Africa, he mentioned. Dada, of course, being one of them. Free ball from the corner. And back come the Hornets.
Well, you got to ask yourself, where will South get a shot if it's not Kobe Kudrowski? Where will they manufacture some offense?
Dada got his pass. Take it away. Michael Good leading the break for Park Hill South, and his shot is rejected at the rim.
Well, good job by North Kansas City getting back in transition, and they're off to the races.
Pass will line up a 3. Not there. And a slow start offensively for both teams out of the gate. Both teams in action last night in the first round of this tournament. North Kansas City dumped Lafayette 58-18. And Park Hill South battled with Kip Academy down to the end, 51-44. But both these teams played less than 24 hours ago.
There you go.
Corner 3 from Carson Bjorn.
Yeah, Carson Bjorn, he can step out and knock it down. You see a good ball movement. You just got to get something to fall on that confidence as Park Hill South. They're coming back to a 2-3 zone, kind of a matchup zone against North Kansas City.
Kirkwood. They work into the post, Jake Willman. Good take through the middle of that zone, but unable to finish is Herb Bass. And immediately, Park Hill South, it stands out does not have that 6'8"
No.
in the middle, so that's probably a reason for that 2-3.
Yeah, that is for sure. They definitely are the size disadvantage against North Kansas City, especially with Dada on the inside. But their toughness, Coach Parr, been around for a long time. You know, they're a well-coached team. One thing you don't have to coach is their toughness.
This one poked away, but it goes right back to South, the corner 3. But an offensive rebound. Good will try it again. Michael Good 0 for 2 on this trip, and then taken away by Kudrowski, who's able to finish over Dada.
Well, we talked about that toughness. You see the guys, even though they're undersized, doing a great job of rebounding on the offensive end, getting 2 cracks at it, able to put that one back.
And immediately back into that zone goes Park Hill South. North Kansas City's got some shooters, though.
Good
Great
pass.
back door. Xavier Kirkwood finds her Bass on the baseline.
Yeah, Bass played last year for North Kansas City, so he brings that experience and that toughness for Coach Fritz. That time sneaking in back door and to get a bucket. And the whole team started off a little bit cold, starting to heat up here a little bit.
Kudrowski throws it into the North Kansas City student section.
Yeah, that was Bass. Great body stop defensively, causing Kofi to turn it over. There's Coach Dan Parr, Park Hill South head coach.
More than 400 wins in his career. And it's rare that he's on a sideline where he doesn't have the most coaching wins.
Right.
Ed Fritz has nearly doubled him up. Won 5 state championships of Blue Valley Northwest before coming over here a couple of seasons ago. Straight ahead, Kirkwood. That one's off, but her Bass sticking around can't tip it in. How about a 4th try, Dada?
I mean, you just can't teach height. You got to put a body on him if you Park Hill South and try to push him back. But, man, it's so tough when you play against 6'8" and 6'6" on the post.
1 point advantage, North Kansas City, and we throw down to Dion Clisso for the first time tonight.
Well, guys, one thing I'm noticing right now, especially on the defensive end, they're moving Bjorn out and trying to keep Dada out of the middle of the floor. And him hitting that first 3 has got to be a big thing for Park Hill South to kind of, if that's their plan, to keep Dada from being underneath the basket on defense.
One of those guys that can't shoot, turns it over again. That one off the knee of Kudrowski. He's a 55% three-point shooter. He hasn't pulled the trigger on one yet, though.
That's a great point by Dion. I feel like we need to get Dion some intro music, guys. Can we work on that whenever we go down to Dion? We need, yeah, thank you for that in the truck. You guys are awesome. We need Dion's intro music for this year, all right? We let him by a couple of years. Let's get it done.
Willman, a catch-and-shoot 3.
Nice. And Willman has something to say.
A 4-point North Kansas City lead in this opening quarter. Semifinals of the North Kansas City Invitational. Quarter 3 on the other side is an air ball. Hornets are more than comfortable to run or play in the half court. And they swing to another open 3. This time Cameron Tate around and off, though. But a whistle underneath is going to go against North Kansas City.
Well, you saw the unselfish play, the ball moving by North Kansas City just to get that wide open look, just rimmed out. But you got to love that if you're Coach Fritz. Guys are unselfish on this team. Talking to Coach Nody Newton, longtime coach here in the area, and his assistant coach, he said, we got guys who can play, and they play the right way. Still looking for that leader to step out and help us, especially on the down this stretch.
A deep 3 is off the mark. And it should be an interesting chess match to watch for tonight. How Parra and Fritz go back and forth. You've already seen Park Hill South trying to throw that zone, and it's not working early on because 2 more for her Bass.
Well, it's a matchup zone, and so you're still connected to the man in your area, but what North Kansas City is doing a good job. They're not selling for outside shots. They're penetrating and making it difficult. And that's Tip that'll say with Park Hill South. Let's take a look right here. Good job by Bass, turning the corner and just probing, taking the contact and able to finish for the bucket.
Both out in the corner.
And
not there.
That's Dada flying out there, covering so much space from that baseline all the way out to the three-pointer, just making them change the shot just a little bit.
And Park Hill South, they know they don't have the size. They have a lot of shooters on this team, but these threes aren't falling so far in this one. But fortunately for South, North Kansas City turns it over.
You got to take a little bit off of it on that entry pass right there. Dada doing a great job sealing down low. Had a little heat on that pass.
Park Hill South also started slow yesterday against Kip Academy. They trailed by 9 in the opening quarter. They trailed at halftime before rallying in the second half. Kudrowski gets bumped on the baseline. This is also a Park Hill South team that 7-7 record on the surface doesn't look great, but when you dig deeper, they've won 4 of their last 6 coming in, so they're starting to find their rhythm as well. But again, early on in this first quarter, a slow start, but again, this is a very different team than Kip Academy. Again, we keep talking about that size advantage Ed Fritz's team has, especially down low. Another rebound for Dada.
Man, what a pass.
Cameron Tate leaking out on the break.
Man, what a pass, a rebound and outlet pass by Dada for the bucket. You'll take those easy buckets anytime you get them.
Kudrowski gets it back inside, 15 to go in this opening quarter. Park Hill South needing a bucket to stop the bleeding. Kudrowski right side of the lane, thrown away from behind.
Man, what a block.
Corner 3 to beat the horn is not there in North Kansas City with an impressive opening quarter.
Well, it's a great job on that rebound from Dada. And look, he head up. Who's that? Who that remind you of? The Joker. The Joker right there. Looking up the floor for the easy bucket in North Kansas City. Great job in that first quarter. 13-5 lead.
We have hit the end of one. You are watching the Hy-Vee Pepsi Game of the Week on Spectrum News. Happy to have you along. North Kansas City in the 74th annual North Kansas City Invitational with an 8-point lead over Park Hill South after one. Tim Spurl, Michael Watson alongside. Happy to have you along. And speaking of Samuel Dada, I talked to Coach Fritz in pregame, and again, came from Nigeria. This is really his first year playing basketball in the States, and already he's on college radars, and you can see why.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can see why. Soft hand. We saw the first play of the game. Caught it, pivoted, hook shot over his left shoulder. You see his IQ, rebounding the ball, eyes up, nice outlet pass, and his ability to move his feet on the defensive end. Any college coach would love to have that, and he's only going to get better. Coach called him a sponge, soaking things up. Like you said, his first year playing ball in the States. Still getting acclimated to the speed, but you wouldn't know about what you saw in that first quarter.
Coach Fritz said he's got plenty of NAIA D2 JUCO interest right now, so it should be interesting to see where Dada ends up going next year. But yeah, it feels like he's just got a lot of untapped potential that they're just starting to discover.
You see South back in a 3-2 zone now, switched up from the 2-3, trying to get out to their shooters, and then you got a foul down low.
Couple of subs in for North Kansas City out of that quarter break. Osman Widelshik, also one of those guys that I mentioned from Africa on this roster, as well as Tyler Parks, and he goes 6'5" off the bench. And again, that's another mismatch that Park Hill South doesn't necessarily have a man-up answer for.
And good job off that out-of-bounds play. Nice curl for Sam Dada, getting him a bucket. And here's a full court picking up man-to-man for North Kansas City. We got a timeout by Coach Parra.
Dan Parra wants to talk about it. His team is already in a double-digit hole to North Kansas City, and Samuel Dada continues to fill it up.
Well, watch it. He goes and screen, fakes the screen, actually, and comes back for the easy bucket. See, the defense kind of fell asleep right there. Able to get an easy bucket. You take a look inside the huddle of Coach Ed Fritz. You talked about it. One of the legends in Kansas City, Missouri State high school basketball history. I remember Coach Fritz when I was in high school. He coached at Center High School before going out to Blue Valley Northwest. where we know what he did in the state runs that those guys had every year. They're downstate at Wichita, bringing home the hardware.
Yeah, turned them into a powerhouse.
Man.
They are still a
Yeah,
6A power. And we'll see another 6A power later tonight in the second game of this semifinal round. Shawnee Mission Northwest is a top 3 team in Kansas 6A. Speaking of state rankings, we haven't even mentioned that North Kansas City checked in last week as the 7th ranked team in Missouri Class 6. Good follow by Carson Bruin.
And that is nothing to sneeze at, being number 7 in the state of Missouri, especially with those good big schools coming out of the St. Louis area. And North Kansas City sitting at 7.
Tyler Parks in the corner. 1 minute gone in this second quarter from North Kansas City. And again, we see North Kansas City slow down in the half court. They're more than comfortable to do so in that opening quarter. Dada spinning on the block again.
Man, just a great job. And you love that his teammates are looking for him when he's sealing down low. Big guy does all the work, and at times gets rewarded.
Kudrowski's been quiet. And along with him, the rest of Park Hill South has 2, and Kudrowski misses everything. Back the other way, North Kansas City pushing with a 10-point lead. Cameron Tate fouled from behind.
Yeah, Cam Tate putting on the Jets that one, coming down full court. And Coach Fritz allowed his guys to get out on the break and transition as long as they're controlled. That time able to pick up the foul.
Jaden Washington. Back into the hands of Tate.
And they're looking. You see Sam Point give me the ball right here on the block.
Swings to an open Washington. His 3 is good.
Nice. Good job. Inside-out play. Nice pass from Sam Dada out to Washington to knock down that 3.
Yeah, his court vision has been tremendous in this first half.
And look at him scrambling, challenging the shot at the three-point line, and look at the hustle.
But Elshick comes away with it. In North Kansas City, defensively, they have also been relentless on that side of the floor, forcing plenty of turnovers in this first half. Dada will try a 3. Short. And back come the Panthers in a 13-point hole.
They looked at Coach Fritz like, I had to take it. He backed up. I had to do it.
But encouraging, nevertheless, to see the big guy comfortable enough to try that shot.
That's for sure. I mean, especially in today's game, you got 6'8" guys who are 2 guards and small forwards, and they can handle it and shoot it from anywhere. And so it's good to see him trying to pick that up.
And that's just one more thing that colleges won't mind seeing. Out of a guy that's 6'8", that can pass it. And now here comes a steal. With Ilshik running the floor. Got that partially blocked from the backside. And now Kudrowski gets sandwiched and fouled.
Take a look at the defense. Right here, Pat. Playing the passing lane. Tries to split with the Euro, but good job by Kobe Kudrowski getting back to bother that shot. But you see North Kansas City, their guards, I mean, they're relentless on-ball defense. What I love as well is the help side that they're getting from their teammates. That's what defense is about, help and recovery. You can tell they're very well coached, very disciplined on the defensive end.
That defense has throttled Park Hill South to this point in the game. Dalen Jones through the lane, block by Dada from behind.
Man, he talked about it. Able to guard the 1 through the 5. Good job of recovering for that block.
And Parks got fouled on the entry pass. I don't think Dada has come off the floor either in this first half.
No, I know what that means. He's in shape. He got a timeout by North Kansas City.
Early on, Ed Fritz's team flexing their muscles in the semifinal round tonight. with a 13-point advantage over Park Hill South. And Ed Fritz's team, he looks good right now. And speaking of this North Kansas City Invitational, big one coming up next, Grandview and Shawnee Mission Northwest. That is a matchup of a couple of powers. Shawnee Mission Northwest undefeated right now, one of the best teams in Kansas 6A, and Grandview also playing really well to start the season, one of the better teams in Missouri Class 5. They roll into that semifinal 8-2 overall. That one should be a lot of fun, and you like big. Shawnee Mission Northwest has one of the best bigs in the city, a 7-footer. The sophomore Ethan Taylor is the top-ranked sophomore recruit in Kansas.
Easily. 7 feet long, can run the floor, athletic. I mean, his upside is through the roof. And I always tell you can't teach height. A legit 7-foot, like not 6'9". He is a legit 7-footer out of Shawnee Mission Northwest. That'll be a good one.
They lob on the inbound for Tyler Parks.
That's just too easy. You got to put a body on your man and keep him from turning the corner or allowing yourself to get screened so easily if you're Park Hill South.
Lead has ballooned to 15 in this second quarter. Park Hill South hasn't generated any offense in this quarter. Kadrowski gets another shot erased.
And it's just so difficult for him to turn the corner against this North Kansas City defense. It's been stifling. Gets beat initially, but great job of staying with it for the block shot.
Hey, that's the 5'9" Widelczyk.
Yeah, that's Widelczyk right there. We see him with a steal earlier, and he's taking that matchup with Kobe Kadrowski, taking it personally. Sometimes you got to have a player like that who all he wants to do is shut down the other team's best player.
Shortest guy on the floor plays the role of rim protector. Kadrowski using that screen. The double comes. He tries another avenue. Heel of the iron, no good though.
Yeah, just not easy for him to get a good look at the basket. Tate pushes it to Washington.
Not there on the corner three. That's the only thing not working for North Kansas City is the outside shot. Everything else is in this first half.
How does Park Hill South adjust offensively? You see where they're starting their offense nearly at half court. That's credit to a really good defense from North Kansas City.
Well, I was going to ask you that because now North Kansas City has fallen back into a zone. And the threes aren't falling so far for Park Hill South. I mean, what is the remedy? Because you're already going into a bigger team.
Really right. And you got to take care of the basketball. Literally on cue. You got to take care of the basketball. Too many unforced turnovers for Park Hill South, leading to easy opportunities for North Kansas City.
A 15-point Hornets lead. Ed Fritz, his team looks crisp on both sides so far in this first half, trying to make it to the championship of the North Kansas City Invitational. Dada throws down.
Oh, great job, great footwork. Great pass from Cam Tate off the pick and roll. When you're big, you can either pop or roll. That time all the way to the rim for the dunk.
And on the other side, this defense continues to give fits to Park Hill South. Pretty jump shot from the wing.
I mean, that was so needed for Park Hill South.
I believe that's their first field goal of the second quarter. And it comes near the 2-minute mark. Willman got that block from behind.
That's good defense from Park Hill South. And this is the guy who needs to get going for South, Kobe Kadrowski.
Kadrowski dribbling through everybody.
There you go, able to turn the corner that time, get all the way to the basket.
He's only got the 4 points in this first half, but he averages more than 17 a game. He had 17 last night in the win against Kipp Academy. Tate got it back with the left it short. as we approach 60 seconds to go in this first half. Balance will try a corner three over everything, trying to save it, but it goes right to North Kansas City. Tate up and running.
Ooh, that's a good move.
And it will stay with North Kansas City.
You call those $1 million moves and $2 shots right there. Cam Tate coming into the living room. Good job. Not quite for Cam Tate.
He's going to be an next-level guard, by the way. Cam Tate, only a junior, and Ed Fritz thinks despite his size, a guard playing at 5'11", he still has a D1 ceiling, Coach Fritz feels like. He's already garnered some D2 interest in his junior season. North Kansas City looking like they're going to try to take this first half clock down as we work inside 30 seconds.
Yeah, they've put on a defensive show in this first half so far. Gonna hold for one.
Dada off the floor, so is Tate for this final possession of quarter two in a first half dominated by North Kansas City. Three seconds. Wielczyk turns it over. Vetter couldn't get his feet under him, and that rides us into half. Not a whole lot to build on for Coach Parra in that first half. However, a quick 4-0 run there to close that second quarter by the Panthers, give them at least some momentum going into that third quarter.
Yeah, it didn't look good for those guys in that second quarter. Great job by North Kansas City.
A 24-11 advantage for North Kansas City after one half. And the Hy-Vee Spectrum game of the week from North Kansas City. Welcome back to North Kansas City, where the host school has got a 13-point advantage in the semifinal round of the North Kansas City Invitational. An impressive first 16 minutes for Ed Fritz's team, spearheaded by the big man Samuel Dada, who was cooking in the first half.
Well, we'll start this out with Park Hill South. Wasn't a lot of this going down for them, but nice job getting it going from three. Kobe Trudowski, nice entry pass, but you saw the great defense from North Kansas City at the rim. Tough sledding in that first half, especially in the second quarter for South. And on the other side, North Kansas City, led by this guy, number 22, Samuel Dada, the 6'8 senior, getting it done on the block. And right here, nice pass from Tate for three. I love this outlet pass from Dada ahead to Tate. North Kansas City really getting it done on the defensive end. And you got to be impressed with this guy's ability to pass the ball as Washington knocks it down from deep. We talked about a little bit in the first half how he's able to guard the 1 through 5 for the Hornets. Nice block there, and what a pass and finish for the big for North Kansas City. Take another look at it right here. Just one step. Great job. Love the on-ball defense from the Hornets so far.
And in that first half, just highlight reel, you see everything that this guy does well. He can obviously play offense with some of the better bigs in the area, but the guy rebounds. He plays defense, and he can pass. The only thing we didn't see him do was knock down that deep shot in the first half.
He took it, though.
But that's the thing. He got the ability, and just in that small 16-minute sample, it shows you why he's on so many college radars.
Yeah, you can definitely take a look at his upside. You take a look at the first half stats presented by Hy-Vee Pepsi at Park Hill South. Just not shooting it well, but credit North Kansas City and their defense extending out above the three-point line and just making it difficult for guys to penetrate. And then when they do get to the basket, doing a great job of blocking shots. And I mean, look at the points in the paint. Tells the story. 16-6 for North Kansas City.
Well, that and the execution. You see the 9 points off turnovers for North Kansas City. They're not shooting the lights out, just 46%, 2 of 8 from beyond the arc. But we kept talking about the coaching job that Ed Fritz has done here, and his team just looked disciplined defensively. They forced a lot of turnovers, and they took advantage of those turnovers as well.
Yeah, they really did. Well-coached team, and you got to love the discipline that they have on the defensive end. Able to do a great job in help side, not allowing people to turn the corner and get all the way to the basket without it being someone there like a Samuel Dada. Take a look at him. Talked about his upside, talked about his ability at the next level. I think he's going to possibly go JUCO, continue to work on his game, and I guarantee you'll be hearing this young man's name.
Well, and we talked about at the top of the broadcast, it's not that colleges haven't been watching this guy, but they just haven't been able to get the opportunity to see him because, again, this is his first year in the States, came by way of Nigeria, so still relatively new to basketball over here, and obviously schools haven't gotten the word out yet, so JUCO kind of makes sense, but this guy definitely has a high ceiling. But meanwhile, Park Hill South, they're in some trouble. Down 13. What's their path back? It seemed like they found something at the end of the first half. Quick little 4-0 run to end that second quarter. But what do they talk about at halftime?
Well, I think for them it's important to try to get out in the transition and get some easy buckets or get fouled and get to the free throw line. It's been so difficult for them in a half court against North Kansas City because they just have the length and the size advantage. It makes it difficult to either shoot over top of them or get to the hole for an easy bucket. So if I was Coach Barr and his team, I would look to get out in a transition. And for North Kansas City, continue to bear down defensively. Those guys are so aggressive on the perimeter, not allowing Park Hill South to get into any rhythm or to feel comfortable even making entry passes. You see the Hornets do a great job playing the passing lane as well.
Semifinals of the North Kansas City Invitational. The winner gets the winner of our second game of the night, Shawnee Mission Northwest in Grandview. That game following the conclusion of this one. Park Hill South won this Invitational a year ago behind head coach Dan Parra. A season in which they also ended North Kansas City's season in the District 8 tournament. And again, this is a loaded Invitational. We mentioned how good Grandview and Shawnee Mission Northwest are on the other side of this bracket, but even some of the teams that got knocked out. Kip Academy is a Class 3 team that went wire to wire with Park Hill South. Pembroke Hill, even though they got thrown around a little bit by Shawnee Mission Northwest, that's a really good team. We saw them in the game prior to this one. They've got a lot of talent. Truman has got a lot of talent this year. This is a loaded field this season.
It really is, and you got to take a look at that KIPP team, understanding their first year playing varsity.
Yeah.
You know, and so well coached. Athletic Director Michael Cobbins over there doing a great job of building that program, being able to go wire to wire as we kick off the second half of the 74th annual North Kansas City High School Basketball Invitational. You know, I played in this a few times in my career.
Dada erases a shot now. He is slow to get up. And how did you fare in this invitation?
This gym wasn't here. We played in the old school gym, man. We had the auditorium in there. You had the stage right there. We always did pretty well, but it was always a packed tournament to play in. A lot of fun. We look forward to it every season. This is back in the 90s, man. You probably,
right.
Yeah, you're probably.
A little bit before my time.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. It's early, it's the early 90s, too, yeah.
Kirkwood works into Dada over his shoulder.
I mean, he knew what he was the entire time. You got to love that. Just a feel for where you are on the floor.
Dada is in double figures. He's got 12 tonight. Filling it up in the rebounding category as well. He's a walking double-double threat every time he's on the floor. 3-ball will roll home for Keegan Fetter.
Well, that's what they need to get going. Get some shots to go, get your confidence up, and try to put together a few stops in a row on the offensive end. Defensive end, I'm sorry.
Back into the hands of Tate. We've been relatively quiet in this one, but Dada has carried the scoring load. Willman, the answer.
That's a big shot by Willman. We saw him in the first half do the same thing. Plays the 4 for North Kansas City, but he's more of a stretch 4 for the Hornets.
A 40% three-point shooter. He's hit a pair tonight.
Nice.
And another one from the corner, Michael Good.
Yeah, you see Good. You see one going and gets the confidence up for the team. Three-point shot is a great equalizer. So if you see a couple of those go down, could turn this into a ball game.
Park Hill South has already scored as many points in this third quarter as they did all second quarter. For what that's worth. Tate. They work to Dada again. But again, they leave him matched up one-on-one. A great backdoor finish. Xavier Kirkwood.
And Kirkwood right there showing the athleticism, but what a pass from Samuel Dada. We've seen him do this a few times. Good job getting to the top of the key. He sees him backdoor, but watch that off the rib. He looked at him like, yeah, you're welcome.
That's tremendous court vision. You notice that help side guy flows up from the baseline, and he immediately knew where to look. Yeah, this guy is a 6'8" floor general. I'd love to see his assist numbers tonight, because he has made that extra pass every time it has been open. And it's helped North Kansas City jump out to this 14-point lead. But Park Hill South on the other side, shots starting to fall now. But again, they've got to find an answer defensively.
Yeah, you can't trade baskets with this North Kansas City team, especially right now being down 14. Got to try to put together a couple of stops in a row defensively and hope your shots continue to fall.
Back to Dion Clisso for the second time tonight.
Well, guys, I talked with both coaches, and Coach Parr liked their defense. He felt like, holding them to 24 in the first half was what they wanted. He said they felt they were sped up too much on offense. The aggressiveness of North Kansas City's defense was speeding them up. They just need to, space themselves a little better and play with a little more confidence. Coach Fritz liked the way they played defensively, of course, and he felt like they did a pretty good job. Missed some layups early that didn't please him, and also felt like they didn't really play well the last minute or so of the half there offensively.
Yeah, that defense definitely stood out to us. And another turnover from Park Hill South. Again, to piggyback on Dion's point, just that. Another possession where Park Hill South just seems sped up.
Yeah, and they're trying to get out into transition, but that's difficult against North Kansas City. They do a good job of getting back into defensive transition. So you got to pick your spots when you're able to run. But it's been so difficult in the half court for South to even get a good look at the basket.
Willman looking for another. Has another.
Man, look here. Look at Willman. He has every three-point celebration ready. I mean, you want the bow and arrow? I got it. You want the three with the cold ice veins? I got that too.
And Dan Parra's got to take a timeout to figure something out, because this guy's got a couple of threes.
And they're running sets for him for that three-point shot. Good double screen. We call that horn screen. Point guard comes out, and he just steps out at that stretch 4 position. The 4 and 5 usually don't want to get out on that perimeter if they don't have to. But shout out to the house DJ here tonight. I know you don't know nothing about this. This is Ted Nas era right here. This is Whip It. You know who's saying Whip It?
No.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Give here.
You told me I wasn't going to know. That's an impossible situation for me.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. Well, right now, North Kansas City is doing just that. They are whipping it on the offensive end. There he is. Check him out.
That's Chris Kamler spinning on the ones and twos.
That's Chris Kamler. He got it going, though.
He holds it down here at North Kansas City. What do you think of the fit as well? Honestly,
that purple jacket is nice.
That kind of blinded me coming in the door.
I don't know where I would wear it to exactly, but I'm feeling it.
He's found a home for it. Yeah, he's on the ones and twos here in North Kansas City regularly.
It's 3 different songs during this timeout, right? It's like a mix. It's a DJ mix right now.
Man, he's getting his flowers. I'm going to have to let him know after this one.
For sure. Got to make it fun. That's a one-on-one jacket, though, right there.
Park Hill South needing to continue to work back in this one. Kudrowski getting fouled. We'll see if they call that on the floor.
I mean, the way Kudrowski changes direction off that dribble, it's amazing. But North Kansas City, their defense, I think they're keyed in on him. Understand if we can stop him, we got a good chance of keeping this lead.
Kudrowski, good wraparound dish to the corner, but that three left short by Fetter. Kudrowski starting to settle in this second half, but still really not looking for a shot. This is a Park Hill South team that desperately needs offense from the guy averaging more than 17 a game. This is going to come out and go back over to South. Again, the first of maybe 3 matchups between these two teams, so it'll be interesting to see what these two teams take away from this one. They're going to meet in 2 weeks when they go to Park Hill South in district play. And again, they met up in the district tournament a season ago, and it's not a far cry to think they may meet up again in the district tournament this year. It is a loaded District 8. We really haven't talked about it, but right now District 8 has 2 teams in the top 10 in Class 6, Oak Park and North Kansas City. And you forget Staley, the reigning state champion, is also in this district, right outside of the top 10.
Missed shot by Kobe Kudrowski that time. Got to the bucket, but it's so difficult. You're so worn down because North Kansas City is very physical in the defensive end.
Hornets with their biggest lead of the night at 17, looking to add to it. Herb Bass will try to make it 20, and he will.
Buckets! And great look from Cam Tate to find him at the three-point line, and the lead is ballooned out to 20 now.
And that one poked free by Xavius Kirkwood. Hey, you think Jake Willman's a good three-point shooter? Herb Bass is a 50% three-point shooter.
Yeah, once he gets his shoulder squared pointing towards the basket, coach calls it lights out. Great job by Bass that time.
Good will try from the other corner around it off.
That's a good look from Good.
Dada. Back over to Tate. Good fake and finish.
That was a great job by Tate. Faking the pass out to the 3, keeping the rock, able to lay it up, and North Kansas City just doing what they want to on the offensive end.
Well, you're seeing why this team is going to be so tough to defend going forward.
Yeah, another unforced turnover for the Panthers. I mean, they're shooting themselves in the foot right now. No ball pressure right here. Just throws it away. But right, watch this crossover. Excuse me. I'm going to back. Excuse me, Kobe. I got a bucket to go get. Great job by Cam Tate.
And after all that, he still finished through contact. He's got it again with an open 3.
Boom. Cam Tate. He's like, I didn't gave you guys a couple of threes. Now I'm going to take my own. And great ball movement, great unselfish play for the Hornets.
This one saved before going into the backcourt. Oathout, a deep 2.
That was nice. Nice move behind the back. Mid-range pull-up jump shot goes down.
All North Kansas City in this third quarter. A 23-point advantage. And most of the starters still on the floor. They lobbed a Dada, that one too high for the 6'8" big from Nigeria. Kudrowski gets bumped again.
I don't know. That looked pretty good to me. Kobe doing a good job of drawing the foul. Just trying to press the issue against North Kansas City to get something going. North Kansas City doing a great job defensively, though, not allowing any easy buckets.
Inside of a minute to go in this third quarter. Started promising for Park Hill South. Good look and reverse layup
Yeah, that was nice right there. A much-needed bucket as this third quarter winds down. 45 seconds to go.
Remember, the Panthers hit 2 threes to start the quarter, but since that point, it has been all North Kansas City in this one. And they should hold for the final shot of this third quarter. A very balanced scoring effort as well. Dada leads all scorers for North Kansas City only with 12 points.
Yeah, it's been pretty balanced for sure. Let's see if North Kansas City executes at the end of the third quarter a little better than they did at the end of the half.
They work down low. Dada again through harm will go to the line. First trip to the free throw line for Samuel Dada. The Hornets tonight have doubled up Park Hill South in 3 quarters. And maybe we found a flaw.
I think somebody opened up a window. I'm not sure. I felt that breeze come through. We're gonna chalk that up to that breeze. Close the windows, guys.
Hey, when you've been as dominant as he has tonight, we're going to laugh when we can. Kudrowski running the other way, beating the horn.
Nice job by Kobe Kudrowski. 5 seconds ago, could have pulled up from deep, understanding the time he had to get to the bucket. Takes the contact, able to finish with the left.
He hasn't been looking for his shot much in this one, but when they needed a bucket quickly, Kudrowski delivers, and it is a 19-point game headed for the fourth quarter from North Kansas City. Tim Spurl, Michael Watson. It is the Hy-Vee Pepsi Game of the Week on Spectrum News. It is the semifinal round of the North Kansas City Invitational, the 74th North Kansas City Invitational. Some great players have rolled through this invitational, most notably Michael Watson. How about that, Jim? In 74 years, you're the banner. Arguably. Depending on who you ask.
Yeah, ask me every time.
A 19-point advantage. And again, both these teams going to be in action tomorrow. That's the other cool thing about this tournament. If you lose, you're not eliminated. You're guaranteed 3 games here, and you get it in quick succession. These teams played last night in the first round, going at it again today in the championship tomorrow, I believe, set for a 1 o'clock tip-off, but they're still going to run 4 games tomorrow, including a consolation third-place game between the loser of this and the loser of our game to follow this one, Shawnee Northwestern Grandview. But hey, if you want to get your team some games in before you run into that tough district or league schedule in the late January and February stretch, this is the invitational for you. Willman gets it back, looking for another 3.
Oh yeah, home cooking.
Rolls in another. And again, a stare down to that Park Hill South bench. He's been busy from deep tonight. And now he gets
a
a block
shot. Here comes Tate. Oh!
What a dish to Parks. Everything coming up North Kansas City. And a bump in the backcourt. But defense generating offense.
Well, take a look right here. Nice block shot after hitting the 3, and they're off to the racer. Here's Cam Tate ahead of everybody. He throws it up to Park. I know he wanted to dunk that one, but good job of catching it under control. Able to finish with the layup.
Again, how big of a luxury is it to get a guy like Tyler Parks, 6'5", coming off your bench?
Man.
Kudrowski not there. And those are the kind of guys you need when you get into March. If North Kansas City can find their way to the state tournament, guys like that would be instrumental. But they've got to go through arguably the best districts in order to get there. But
Park.
long way off. Tyler
Man.
Parks, 2 more.
It's just too easy. Turning the corner. Wide body for Parks. Good job of being under control as well.
Extra pass for Fetter in the corner. Tate will slow things down for the Hornets in a 26-point game.
And you heard the bench collectively say, whoa, to Washington pushing the ball up. And that tells you the guys are locked in, understanding even though we're up, we still want to be in control in the offensive end, run our sets, and get good shot opportunities.
Tate. Wilman on the block, traveled. One of the few mistakes he's made tonight. He's hit 4 threes in the game.
Yeah, should just dribble it out to the three-point line. Like,
right. Yeah.
what
What are you doing down there?
Yo, coach, give me a second. I'm going to dribble out. This is where I'm at all night long.
And he stands 6'6", only a sophomore, Jake Wilman. Just another weapon in Ed Fritz's arsenal. Kudrowski. All the way to the rack. Flipping it up and in. What a finish.
Oh, my goodness.
Colby Kudrowski, a circus shot.
Yo, take a look at this shot right here. Turns the corner, takes the contact. He throws that. He's all the way backwards, puts that one up, and gets it to go. That may be in contention for shot of the year on Spectrum News this season. My goodness.
Impossible.
And it's on game. Like you can see, you can watch this back. We get old like us, or me. He's like, look, tell your son, look what I did, man. Look at this.
Hey, you've coached this kid.
Yeah.
Was that, how much of that is you?
Oh, none of it. Absolutely none of it. I would love to take all the credit, but he was a kid playing up a year back in the 5th and 6th grade. You could see that on him then. Just a tough guy. Oh, nice move by Washington. Just a tough kid. You see it as he's gotten older, still tough and leading this Park Hill South team.
How do you drill that, Coach?
No, you don't. You know, some things are just God-given talent and abilities. You don't even have to practice. You just wake up like that.
He's got it again, trying to step back 3. Not there. Dada back into the game, boards another. As we approach the halfway mark of this 4th quarter.
Nice dish. Ahead to good. I'm sorry.
Both out the finish in transition, but a good look by Kudrowski to get the break going. This is a Park Hill South team, by the way, I know we haven't mentioned it, not in the full complement of their players. They are out a starter tonight. Coach Parra mentioned they're hoping to get that piece back later on this season. But it's still a North Kansas City team that is dominant on all facets.
Ohal, go get you one. Ohal, I see you. Go get your duck on when the camera's on, baby. Oh, how good, baby. I see it.
4 quick points for the 6'3" junior.
Did you see him? You see him go up and catch that thing?
Oh, Parks with a tough finish inside.
With the flex. Hit him with the flex after that, too. That's a big fella right there, boy. Goodness.
I mean, that's going to be a nightmare to defend for opposing teams this year.
And I always said, every basketball team needs a football player.
Yeah, Tyler Parks is that guy, man.
And you see, good job moving the feet that time for Samuel Dada on the baseline. He's looking at the official like, you sure they didn't go out on him?
Parks is going to come out of this one But he is a load, man. 6'5", and you mentioned he's got that football build. He is a bully off the bench. Kudrowski working his way through the lane. He does it again
right now. Oh my goodness. I mean, I guess when you're short, you got to know how to finish at different angles around the rim. And that's a great move going underneath the outstretched arm of the defender, kissing it off the glass.
Now the difficulty on these last couple of finishes for Kudrowski is ratcheted it up to 10.
Oh yeah, if you're playing horse, he's winning.
And a foul on the baseline by the aforementioned Colby Kudrowski. But this guy, he's an athlete.
I mean, take a look at it right here. Turns the corner again and goes underneath the arm of Bass to kiss that one off the glass. You see he's still working hard, even though Park Hill South is down big. Still playing hard.
He's in double digits, by the way. He's got 11 now in the game. Still off his pace of 17 and a half a contest through the first 14 games. This miss boarded by Dalen Jones. Deep three. And Dada, I would imagine, is flirting with a double-double if he doesn't already have it.
For sure. I mean, he's just been phenomenal on the glass all night long, getting the scoring started for the Hornets. Uh-oh.
He wants to take that three.
We want him to take that three.
He's got it on the block. Double team comes. Too strong on the baseline jumper, but a foul is going to keep it with North Kansas City. And Ed Fritz having a conversation with Dada. Didn't like the shot selection. And Ed Fritz still coaching with 90 seconds to go in a 22-point game. I would imagine that's part of what makes him so good.
That's what legends do.
Dada collects two more.
That's a great job being under control, not forcing it up, taking his time to finish as we wind down this one. It's been all North Kansas City from the jump.
Balance. We work inside 60 seconds in this fourth quarter. Balance lost it. Jones running.
Tate.
And that will bring in a couple of substitutions for this final 45 seconds. And North Kansas City will punch their ticket to the championship of the North Kansas City Invitational. Regardless of who they pull, it should be a lot of fun. Both matchups have the potential for fireworks. Grandview, they're one of the more athletic teams in the area.
And they're going to get up and down, coached by Prentice Potts. Kansas City, really good Kansas City basketball player himself. They take on his personality, the way they play, the way they defend, get up and down, always looking to score the basketball. So that would definitely be a good one going against, like you said, one of the premier teams in Kansas 6A, Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Yeah, on the other side of that coin, Northwest has that 7-footer, Taylor. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with either of the championship games tomorrow. And North Kansas City is going to dribble this one out. Another win for Ed Fritz. And North Kansas City has now won 6 of their last 7 games, and they are on to tomorrow's championship of the North Kansas City Invitation. This was an impressive all-around performance. They led from the opening tip, never looked back, and they have got some weapons on this roster.
They really do, led by Samuel Dada, a 6'8 senior, inside out, as well as Cam Tate for North Kansas City, getting contributions from the entire team tonight. I mean, from start to finish, getting it done on the defensive end is what I like the most. If you can play defense, if you can lock down, if you can keep your opponents to 11 points at a half, you're going to have a great opportunity to get downstate.
Another double-double for Samuel Dada, and Dion Clisso was standing alongside him.
Samuel, great game tonight. What did you like about your guys, the way that we played defense? Is that really what got things going for you early on there, especially in the second quarter?
So I'm a guy like, when things is not going well for me, I like to play good defense. So when I play good defense, I get rhythm on offense.
How fun is this tournament to get to play back-to-back nights, and now you get to play for a championship?
I mean, it's been fun. So it's just like, we need to play this game. We need to prepare for a big game coming on Monday. So we need this game. We need to, because we're playing tough team tomorrow. I'm pretty sure we're going to play Shawnee Mission East. So they play a good team, and I'm looking forward to play them.
All right, well, good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Dion. He mentioned they got a big game coming up on Monday, and he's not wrong. North Kansas City heads to the #1 ranked team in Class 6 on Monday, Oak Park. But before that, they have got the championship of the North Kansas City Invitational coming up tomorrow. Who will they play? That one is coming up next on Spectrum News. Back from Northtown, a dominant semifinal victory for the Hornets of North Kansas City behind head coach Ed Fritz, a 24-point win. And again, we talked about it throughout the broadcast. They have got themselves a budding star in Samuel Dada, leading the way tonight with a double-double. He looked good, but North Kansas City as a whole, they are going to be a tough team for anybody they run into the rest of the way.
They look like the number 17 in 6A in the state of Missouri tonight, the way they played, so fluid, getting up and down and locking down on the defensive end. They're going to be a tough out for anyone if they stay healthy.
They've got shooters, they've got a big, they've got a deep bench, they've got a coach that has won 5 state championships, more than 700 career wins, and he would like to add a North Kansas City Invitational title tomorrow to that resume. They will take on the winner of Grandview and Shawnee Mission Northwest. North Kansas City, they keep on rolling, 13-2 overall, and a shot at the title game tomorrow. Thanks for joining us on Spectrum News.